Oh, good morning, students. Good morning, everyone. Now we will be studying our further the types of rocks as we have gone through in the last class. What is rock? I hope everyone is aware about the rock. Rock is an aggregate of minerals, and there are different types of rocks. They are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. So about each rocks we'll be going in detail. The word igneous has been taken from the Lord ignis, which means fire. So, igneous means fire. All the igneous rocks have been formed after cooling and solidification of the molten material known as magma and lava. Clear, students? So, all the igneous rocks, how it has been formed? It has been formed after cooling and solidification of the molten material known as magma and the lava. So when it gets cooled and solidified, solid form, then it is known as magma and lava. They are known as primary rocks. So the igneous rocks are also called as primary rocks. By the internal pressure and heat, the rocks inside the earth gets melted into liquid form, which is pushed further towards the surface where it cools down and gets solidified, thereby making up the crust. So how it takes? By the internal pressure and heat, the rocks inside the earth gets melted. It gets melted into liquid forms, and which is pushed further towards the surface where it cools down and gets solidified, and thereby making up the crust. Magma lava gets solidified either on the surface of the earth or inside the earth. The rocks which are formed due to the solidifications of the lava on the surface of the earth are known as extrusive igneous rocks. These rocks have very smooth and small grains because on the surface of the earth the lava cools down rapidly. Example, basalt. The rocks which are formed due to the solidification of magma within the earth are known as intrusive igneous rocks. Now, intrusive igneous rocks are also known as plutonic rocks because they are formed at great depth below the surface of the earth. They are the solid rocks. These mineral grains are larger because they cool down slowly. Like example, igneous rocks are granite, grabo, basalt, rhyolite, etc. Igneous rocks are also known as parent rock, students, because all other rocks are formed or derived from them only. Clear? So igneous rocks are also known as primary rocks, and also they are called as parent rocks. So now we'll be studying about the next rock type of rocks, that is the sedimentary rocks. The word sedimentary is derived from the Latin word sedimentation, which means settling. Various external forces like withering, erosion, deforestation, etc. Okay. So we'll be studying about the sedimentary rocks, that is derived from the Latin word sedimentum, which means settling. Various external forces like withering, erosion, degradation, etc. cause the rocks to disintegrate. The wear and tear of the rocks into smaller fragments and the deposition leads to the formation of sedimentary rocks. So how they are formed? The wear and tear of the rocks into smaller fragments and the deposition leads to the formation of sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks, when exposed to the various agents gradation like wind, water, air, glacier and water get broken into, and these fragmental are transported and deposited in one place by the external agencies like water, wind, air. Hence, they are also known as gratified rocks. So, sedimentary rocks are also called as gratified rocks. The loose and unconsolidated particles get compacted and form a layer. In many sedimentary rocks, the layers of the deposits retain their and the layers of deposit retain the characteristics. It is because of this we see a number of layers varying from thickness in sedimentary rocks like the shale, the sandstones, etc. On the basis of their structure, sedimentary rocks can be classified into organic sedimentary rocks and inorganic sedimentary rocks. Organic sedimentary rocks are formed by the plant and animal remains. So, how the sedimentary rocks are formed? They are formed by the plant and animal remains. And the examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone, sandstone, shale, lignite, bituminous coal, anthracite, dolomite, gypsum, etc. The word. So this was about the sedimentary rocks. Now we move towards the last type of rocks, that is the metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks has been derived from the Greek words meta meaning change and morphic means form. So metamorphic means change of forms. When the metamorphic rocks are formed, original rocks undergo change partly or wholly in texture and mineral composition. This metamorphism occurs due to extreme heat and pressure, and the resulting rocks, metamorphic rocks, are some important and harder than they are originally. They are resistant to the forces of radiation, anthracite, quartzite, marble, slate, granulite, schist, etc. So these are the different types of metamorphic rocks. Students. Now we have the last topic to study is rock cycle. Rocks do not remain in one form for long distance. This transformation of rocks from one to another form folds to new and to new is continuous process and is formation. Students, you can see on the screen the cycle. Igneous rocks are primary rocks. The sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks formed from these primary rocks. Fragmented igneous rocks once transported when the igneous rocks and the sedimentary rocks are subjected to best and pressure, they change in the metamorphic rocks. The ignite, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks may be carried down into the interior of the earth through the movement of crustal plates. So students, this was about the rock cycle. Now, the uses of rocks. Rocks are very useful to us. Hard rocks are used to build dams, canals, pavements, buildings, construction rocks. Granite is used for making band grinders. Stone shaped out of rocks are used to make idols of gods. Marble is used for flooring, making powder, rolling pins, etc. So students, these were the different uses of rocks, and here we have completed the chapter going interior of the earth.